this question is for Mr. Kojima. In the video, you had mentioned that you had hoped to let the team kind of work on their own and kind of make their own decisions, and then you felt that that wasn't happening. And why do you think that they had a difficulty making these tough decisions that Platinum was able to make around like abandoning stealth? Is it something within the culture of Kojima Productions, or is it difficult to raise game designers from the lower levels and bring them up to that kind of decision process?
ですね、どういうかな、メタルギアソリッドを作った20人ぐらいの人たちっていうか、今も健在なんですけども、彼らは、何もなかったところからツールを作り、まあ全部。
For Metal Gear Solid, for example, we had 20 people that made everything from scratch. We developed the tools from where there was nothing. We started working on everything. And I think that was the last generation that was able to do that. From that point on, other employees, newcomers came. It became kind of a line or mass production where staff members only really care about their assignment. They can't see it to other areas where a game designer really needs to have an overall vision of the whole game creating process. So I think it is difficult to raise new game designers. For example, I think that very same team, if I asked them to do, using the Metal Gear Solid 4 system, the world after that, a story after that, I think they would have easily accomplished it.
なんですけども、今回その、ライデンが主人公で、何でも切れて気持ちよくてステルスであるっていう、そこで
But in this case, they had to have Raiden as the main character. He had to cut everything, but still have elements of stealth. There were lots of decisions to be taken, and they couldn't take them. How can I say it? Maybe it was the ghost of the past, where it had to be Metal Gear, but at the same time it had to be something completely new with the old elements. It was really hard.
要はゲームデザイナーっていうのはその各方面からいろんなことを言われて決定することを言うと思うんですけども、サウンドとかプログラムとかデザインとかなんですけども、今なかなか難しいと思います。そういうふうな、なんですけども。プラチナさんに行くとですね、ちょっと古い作り方と言ったらもう。
Then, well, a game designer has to work with the sound people, the programmers, with the designers. That is very difficult these days. But then again, when I went to Platinum Games in Osaka, I think it's not the correct way to put it, but they kind of work in old-style fashion. Or the programmers is right next to the designer, the people that are making the models. They work side by side. Their ideas are just out there in the table next to each other. I saw this in Osaka. This was very close to the kind of environment we had when we made Metal Gear Solid 1. So everyone was there making games. That really got into me. Certainly, our office is very loud. You will hear a lot of noise, a lot of talking in there. It's a small place. Everyone tries to, from their small place, relate to each other. And the director has to control that. That may be called old style, but that's the style we really want to protect and have pride in.
So there have been several Metal Gear Solid games over the years, and that's created a very large and rich world. How have Kojima Productions explained the spirit of Metal Gear Solid, said, this is what makes a Metal Gear Solid game a Metal Gear Solid game, and where will they hope that Rising will fall within that world?
これはあくまで個人的な考え方ですけれども、ソウルを説明するのは言葉で説明するのは無理だと思いますし、 それはやっぱ感じと
This is my very personal point of view,
僕がこの話を
but I don't think the
当然
soul
ス
of
タッフに
something
相談
can
し
be
た時に
explained with
メ
words.
タルギアを
So I had this very same concern. I talked about it with my
仕
staff,
事だからやるとかっていうような話であれば
in the
当
end,
然
what I
成功
did
しないプロ
was
ジェクトになる
I told everyone, if you don't love Metal Gear Solid already, if you don't like it, if you just like, well, it's my job and I have to make it, I probably wouldn't have been able to take this game. At Platinum, fortunately, we had that kind of people that already loved and really cared about Metal Gear Solid. So actually, those people are the central figures in our development. I don't think we could have decided to actually make this game if we don't have that staff, because we couldn't even have started, and even if we started, we definitely wouldn't have succeeded if we didn't have them. That's the way I see it. So, as you just mentioned, the Metal Gear Solid world is a world that is already established. It's very detailed. We don't want to break that. We don't want to change it, actually. We just want, for the fans of action games, we make action games, so enjoy this world that is already constructed there from a different perspective. I don't think there's anyone that hasn't played Metal Gear. But there may be people that just know the title, haven't played it, action fans, for them to also enjoy it, but also for the core fans to enjoy it from a different perspective. I think that's our job in that regard. We're working with a lot of love and respect towards this title.
For Mr. Kojima, why do you like the katana? Why did you choose that as the weapon?
僕がしたわけじゃないんですけど
Well, that wasn't my idea. The staff came up and told me we want to make Raiden and his katana the main characters of a game. That wasn't my idea.
まあその時僕その刀にするんであれば、刀に特化したゲームでどこでも切れて。
That was not my idea, but at the point where the staff came and told me they wanted to use Raiden and his katana, I just told them it has to be a very katana-specific game. Then, if you're using the katana, you have to use just not cut people, but maybe cut clothes, cut guns, cut missiles. Give that freedom that is very specific to the katana. But no, I'm not a katana maniac. I'm not like Mr. Itagaki.
僕はどっちかというとその刀よりもガンの方が好きです。好きというか、はい。
To be honest, I like if I had to choose between katanas and guns, I would probably choose guns.
And that concludes our Q&A session. Mr. Kojima, Mr. Ibawa, do you have any final words?
まあトレーラーしかまだ見せてませんので、まあそれでいろいろな意見をお持ちの方多いと思いますけど、まあぜひ。
Well, with the trailer, we were having a lot of reactions. I'm sure you have lots of opinions about the trailer. That is the only thing that we have shown so far. But when we actually have the game, I'm sure it will be a game that feels very good, very fun to play. So please enjoy it. And well, I'm not sure if I will be able to make an old style, like a traditional Metal Gear. But please enjoy this style because it's a spin-off. It's katana action. It's Metal Gear, but it's different. So please enjoy it as it is. As Platinum Games, we got the mission from Kojima Productions to make a game where you can cut anything and then feels fantastic and make the schedule. So that is our mission, to accomplish that, and even if that costs us our lives.